Yes, yes, good boy. Hi friends, welcome back to Means of Escape, and in today's episode, we want to show you how we turn our RV into a home. So one of the things that we did when we first moved in here was we wanted to update the valances and reupholster the dinette cushions. They were fine as is. They came really well designed, just nice pattern. It just wasn't for us. So we went ahead, we found some fabric at like Hobby Lobby or Joann's, and we had a friend reupholster them for us, and then we actually added this trim just to do another pop of color. We kind of really like the Southwestern type feel, but that's just one thing that you can use to customize your space. It can look however you want, just to fit whatever style that you have.
So one of the other things that we did is we switched the bulbs, the lights from like the halogen standard bulbs to LEDs. And what that does is they're brighter, and it also, the LED uses like almost no electricity. They use really little power. So especially if we're just boondocking, running off of the battery for a little bit, I mean, we can have these on for a long time and it doesn't drain much of the battery. And you can get, there's all different kinds. You can either get the whole thing that replaces, or you can get just the bulbs themselves. So those, and then these, we replaced the bulbs too. So these are LEDs, and the little sconce is LED too. And they're just brighter. They're brighter light, and they don't use as much energy.
Technically, our rig houses, it sleeps 10 people. In the guest room itself, it sleeps 4 people. So we have our pull-out couch here, and then we have this single bunk, and then we have the loft here that is a bunk as well. We converted both bunks into storage. This one we're pretty proud of. We converted it to store our closets. So it's kind of a makeshift coat closet. It comes down. Ryan put on a curtain rod here. We have the kind of hangers that spin all the way around, and I just smacked myself in the face. We have these hangers that spin all the way around, the heads do. You hook your coat on it, and it just sits, they lay out on the curtain rod, and it just goes away. And it's for our hoodies, our sweaters, our raincoats, stuff like that. We just thought that was a brilliant idea, and we just wanted to share with the world. We also have the loft up here that is originally supposed to be a bunk. It's a pretty spacious bunk, actually, which is why we converted it into storage for all of our boots, Ryan's roping dummy. We have just some other tackle box, stuff like that we use pretty regularly, but it needed its own home.
So we got a CB installed because I'm weird and I like old things. But it's just fun. We can kind of communicate from Jeep to home or truck, whenever, around the ranch, where the property where we're at right now. And so that's fun. But one of the other more necessary things, especially living in an RV, is this one actually has a weather radio on it, and it automatically kicks on whenever there's a storm warning or whatever. So, and it's done it a lot. We've actually had several times where it's come in really handy. It's woke us up in the middle of the night because it kicks on, and we can quick scramble around and bring the awning in or whatever, because there was some random storm that popped up without much warning. So that's been really nice, actually. And the coax for the antenna actually kind of runs out here and back behind the slide, and there's an antenna mounted on that corner of the slide with a quick disconnect. So whenever we bring the slide in to leave, we can disconnect the antenna, and it's just that much sticking up rather than a big 4-foot antenna driving down the road.
Another addition that we made to the RV, we added extra cupboard doors to the guest room. This used to be an open cubby where originally there was like, since this is a guest room, they had a TV in here. The previous owners had a TV in here and like a VCR or a DVD player, whatever. But we used it to house all of our vinyl. And we wanted it to be able to travel. We didn't want to have to take all of our records out every time we moved. So my husband and my father-in-law, they're both carpenters. So they just made me cabinet doors to go and cover this space. And they found the paint that matched pretty well. Like, I don't think a lot of people would even be able to tell unless I told them that this didn't belong here originally.
So one of the other things we did is we put a new window in. So there was already a window in the door, but it was like frosted glass, so you couldn't see out, and there was no blind on it. So when we're sitting watching TV, because the TV pulls out like this, there was just sunlight streaming in, and it just blinded you and put a weird glare on the TV and stuff. So we got this from Amazon, and we'll put a link in the description so you can find it. They come in like a few different colors, I think. But, so it was real easy. You unscrewed, took the old window out, and then it comes in a few different pieces, and you put the new one in. And I can show you the way it opens and shuts. You do kind of have to work around the screen, but I think it's worth it. So you push it up like that, and now you can actually see out. And then to shut it, it's just an accordion blind. You just pull it back down, and then you got shade, and it's nice.
I mentioned this in a previous episode, but when we first moved into the RV, we came to the realization that we didn't have any place to put our drinks when we sat down on the couch, because you have no space for a coffee table or anything like that. So I was just skimming on Amazon. It's like, what on earth could we do? And I just happened to think of the phrase couch coaster, and lo and behold, Amazon had them. These flappy things, like they have flaps on each side that are weighted, and they just hang over the armrest of your couch, and they have these inserts that perfectly house your sodas like a dream. We thought it was really clever, so you don't have to put them anywhere, you don't have to hold on to them. So they have also have these inserts that come out, so it has a slit right here in the back for your coffee mug. So you could use it for both, for your coffee mug or for your soda can. And we just thought that was really clever and was a great addition for helping us turn this RV into a relaxing space.
So one of the other upgrades we made is we got snowflake paper towels for May. And that's great because we're in Texas and it helps us feel cool. No, actually, it's the paper towel holder. So what we did was we replaced the old, crappy, plastic paper towel holder that aggravated me all the time because you'd go and try to tear a piece off and the whole paper towel would fall out and it was just garbage. So what we did is me and my dad actually built this. We built it. It's 120-something year old barn wood. So it's white oak. There was a white oak barn that got tore down, and my dad got some of the wood from it, and this made a project with it, and this was some scrap he had left over. So we made a paper towel holder, and it's just kind of old school technology. It's super simple, and it's all handmade. We cut it out, and I hand carved little pins to hold the rod in there, and to take it out, you just pull the pin out, put it back in with your paper towel on there, and drop the pin in, and that's it. And it's way more sturdy, and it looks way better, and it doesn't make me mad every time I get a paper towel out.
So one of the things that we noticed right away that was going to be a big concern when we traveled was the fact that these doors that separate, the living space to our bedroom would constantly fly out while we traveled. It had originally like this weird flimsy plastic strips that would go across them to hold it in, but it just wasn't strong enough. It would constantly pop, come unlatched, and they would fly out of their housing in transit and then hit the wall pretty hard. So we knew that wasn't going to cut it. Ryan actually cut and made our own way stronger snaps out of leather. So, and he made 3 of them for each door. So they just come on in, snaps closed, and just the strength of the leather alone for 3 of them on each door was sufficient enough to keep the doors from flinging out of their housing while we were driving around. So that was just another feature that we added to for safety, and has worked out pretty good and even looks better than the dingy plastic. It just blends right into the color scheme of the wood. You know, another thing that we did to make our RV a home, we got you. We got our puppy. We never had a dog as a married couple before we got Ranger. So he is new to the RV. He has only known RV life. He's never known what it's like to live in a house or an apartment, so he doesn't know any different, and he seems to like it that way. So yes, buddy, you like RV life? You like RV travel? Yes, he does. Yes, he does. I have a whole episode about what it's like to RV with dogs, big dogs, and how if you don't travel with your pet, you're really missing out. Oh, no.